When we left off, you saw me getting ready for Sundance Film Festival on the plane, forgetting my protection ring, and reminiscing about Bradley Cooper. But now playtime is over, and Sundance Film Festival is upon us.
Hello vlog. Currently walking to my accommodations. My suitcase is missing a wheel. I'm doing this in, like pretty substantial amount of snow. My back hurts, haven't slept in many hours. Going on 24, past 24. But you know what? I'm happy. Look at this beautiful scenery. This is gorgeous. I'm kind of like uptight, but I'm actually really happy. Regardless of how I may sound, I'm elated. So, it's amazing.
Oh, were you expecting to see more footage? I don't have any for you, but I did take a lot of photos on IG for your enjoyment.
Okay, so it's officially day 2 of the festival, but I've been here for 2 nights, 3 days. I just wanted to pop in, check in, say hi. Yeah, it's been a really fun festival. I haven't really got to do much of any like fun things. Yesterday I was at the theater all day just working, so didn't really have any opportunity to film or do anything fun, and there's like rules we have to follow, so I didn't want to just kind of like show anything that I thought might get me in trouble. So I'm just gonna pop in here today and we're gonna run some errands and do some stuff and go to Main Street and have some fun. So I'm gonna take you guys with me. It's gonna be an experience, and I have to go now. I'm running late, so let's go. The floor is ice.
Honestly, I didn't vlog a lot, but I did get some pretty cool creative content with my friends.
Yes, mermaid.
Had a lot of amazing, deep conversations and laughed a lot. Met some really amazing people. Had my perspective change more than one time. And I don't know at what point in the festival this happened, but eventually we got to this point.
Good morning, guys. It is now week 2 of the festival, and I thought I would just pop in here and give you guys a little bit of an update about what's going on with the festival and me and everything since I landed here in Park City. I'm not really allowed to talk about any of the films in depth or any of the artists or be a critic of any kind or give any feedback of any kind, since I am a volunteer and I'm kind of like bound by certain rules to not speak about the art that's being presented here. So I'm gonna try to do my best to like follow those guidelines, but also talk about parts of the festival that I'm really enjoying. I'm really lucky because I work at the biggest theater here, so I get access into the premieres after all my work is done, and that's kind of like the rules. My first 2 years I started volunteering at Sundance was I was a part of the theater team, so I got to kind of be a part of the crew that would help the premieres run smoothly, and it was really fun. But I was just kind of getting a little, I don't know, I thought it was really hard for me to like my first year was amazing, but then my second year I started to feel kind of, I don't know, I just got a little frustrated because it was hard for me to be like a part of the crew helping the theater run itself, and then I had to like watch all these people like living out their dreams, and I felt really insecure, and it was a huge hit to my ego because I was like, I would do anything to be on that stage and have a film premiere at Sundance. So I took a break and stepped back. The next year I was like, I didn't want to volunteer again just because I don't think it would have been a good place for me. And now I'm back and I have a different role, a different position, and I'm a lot happier with it because it's a little more responsibility. And if you do want to volunteer for the festival and get all the amazing privileges that come with being a volunteer, I'll link how to do that down below in the description box, because I think if you are into the arts, of any capacity, it's such an incredible opportunity to come see the festival and I'm not going to say network because we're not supposed to network, but you know, as a volunteer you meet other really amazing creatives who are volunteering, and it's just a really good place. The vibes are amazing. Park City is beautiful. I think Utah is one of the most beautiful states, and they have a lot of good opportunities for artists. What I was really finding really inspiring this year is just the community that is Sundance Film Festival. It's just it's a safe place for artists to come collectively and share ideas. And one of my favorite things about this festival when it comes to the film industry is I think it's so easy to consume media really just kind of like subconsciously, and it's everywhere. It's on our phones, it's on Netflix, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere, and we're constantly consuming media at this huge pace that we can't necessarily process it. So one of my favorite things about Sundance is that the community aspect about the films is that you're really encouraged to speak about the films after they're over, and that's one of my favorite things doing is discussing what I just saw with a community of people who just had the same experience. And that's really amazing because you can share ideas and you can share experiences, and ideally, you know, that's the kind of media that's supposed to change the world. But of course not everyone has access to coming to Sundance Film Festival. The only way that I'm even, you know, able to be here is as a volunteer. So it's, you know, it's kind of a place of privilege to be here, and that's kind of one of the things about being an artist is I don't like this idea that in order to be a successful artist you should come from a place of privilege, and that, you know, manifests in many different ways. This word privilege, there's no way to measure that. People from all walks of life are welcome to engage in the artistry of filmmaking, in the artistry of discussion and community, and I think that's really kind of a lost art. People, like, everyone's a critic, especially when it comes to entertainment and media consumption. Like, everyone has an opinion about the experiences that they feel when they watch and are engaged in that media. And I think if anyone who's really interested in media wants to come to Sundance but just has no idea how to do it, because, like, let's get real, it's super expensive to fly to Park City, rent a condo, and see the premieres. I think even if you wanted to get a ticket to a premiere, it's going to cost you like minimum $20. So that right there is already kind of like, you know, it's not cheap to be here. That's kind of like my long rambling about Sundance Film Festival. If there's any young artists out there, any young aspiring filmmakers or aspiring actresses or actors, or I just want to show that there's so many people here and it's all possible. And like, really, I'm not criticizing any specific films, but I will say there are some terribly written films here that are being premiered, and they're getting buyers, you know? So I think it just goes to show you it doesn't necessarily matter, you know, what, like, this idea of perfectionism, I think especially women have, like, we want everything to be perfect. And I know this is true because I keep talking about this with a lot of the girls that are here watching the films, is that we want everything to be so perfect, like everything from the get-go, it has to be perfect. Like, my script has to be perfect, the aesthetics have to be perfect, I have to find the right perfect actors. And that we are crippled by this idea of perfectionism, so we don't do anything and nothing happens. It's all just about doing it, you know, and you just have to do it. So that, to me, it's not just the good films I'm really liking, it's also the really terrible films. I'll find something inspiring about them too. And I think it's really, I don't know, it's really eye-opening, it's fun. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Then maybe there will be a part 2 to this. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just kind of like living in the moment right now. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.
Gorgeous. Everything you do makes me